今日は、心技体について話したいと思います。About myself. I used to evaluate myself rather higher than I was. For example, I was supposed to enter the top class of the university if something happened or something didn't happen. In the sophomore, second grade, I was ill in the senior high school day, and I lost the turning point of the mathematics, and then I gradually dropped and I couldn't catch up after that. If that didn't happen, or I wasn't ill in bed a few days, then I thought I was able to didn't miss the mathematics and other subject, because of the mathematics subject drops greatly because of the 2 or 3 consecutive classes. I missed it and I could never catch up with it. And this businessman's day, I thought I was much better. I evaluate myself higher than I was, and now I am over 70, and right now 76, almost 77 next or in May. Recently, sometimes I review myself. Is it really that if I wasn't in the sick in bed when I was a second grader in the senior high school day, was I such a top class student in the class? I began to doubt it. Or my career after school, joined the private company. Was I really good as I thought I would be? And recently I doubt myself. Rather than that I was evaluated correctly, maybe. And every time when I admit my weakness, my disability, because I need something, and every time I said to myself that because I was very weak in health-wise, in body-wise, I recall the words Shingi Tai. Well, every time I evaluate myself, my technique is okay, my well, the heart is okay, but my body is very low, and I couldn't wind up because of my body condition. I said to myself like that. But a few weeks ago, Dr. Hawkins, who was how to say this Kinesiology or ALS maybe. Well, in his case, I think his body condition is very, very low, but still he has a very high spirit and study. I cannot admire him enough because his body condition is very, very low. Still, his performance is very high, and I cannot excuse myself when I look at or think about the Dr. Hawkins. Well, he is a kind of tensai genius, maybe, but when I think about somebody else around me, one lady came up to my mind. My wife has been attending to the English class. In that English class, Miss S, she was suffered by the kinesiology, and a few decades later, she was not able to continue to attend to the English class, and finally he was hospitalized. She was hospitalized, and according to my wife, maybe she went to the hospital with her friend or something, but according to her, Miss S has hired or asked to the hospital or somebody in the hospital, the nurse, I forgot whether it's a nurse or helper. Anyway, this Miss S asked strongly that this nurse or helper who can speak English. She is very much ill. His hand trembled, and she was not able to walk anymore. She was so down in the body-wise. But his mental spirit, strength is very, very high, and I heard she continued to study English until she died. And if I heard this or I learned this story, well, I thought I cannot escape myself or excuse myself that my body is not strong enough to maintain my intention to study something, study English or to do the bowling. Every time I excuse myself because my body is not strong. My body is getting so old. I cannot do. And as long as I excuse myself like this, I don't think I can achieve my target. That's what I thought when I learned Dr. Hawkins' case.